this is Harold from Giant Loop, and we're at the AIM Expo, and we ran into our friends Mike and Derek here from Taco Moto. I'm just going to let you guys tell everybody what Taco Moto is all about.
What's up, Harold? I'm stoked to see him. So this is the Vegas AIM show, and I'm from Vegas, so it's obvious like I would come down here. So if you have never been to the AIM show, it's specifically about motorcycle products, power sports stuff. Taco Moto, what we do is we make, develop, and then sell. We resell different stuff, like we sell your stuff, does really well for us. We make in-house some of our own components, electronics. We have a pretty broad SKU catalog of stuff we make and then stuff we modify, we value add, quite a few things. Derek is with me, Derek Harris. This is Derek Harris of HP Racing Development. He and I are partners together with our Get ECU platform. And so together we've created the map sets that have brought us a lot of attention and a lot of magazine covers and have done really well for us. Just like you, the Enduro market is a different sort of subcategory of like motorcycling. We like motocross bikes, we like all motorcycling, but we have just sort of picked that as like our focus in our specific areas because I think the people that are the Enduro guys and the long distance and the light ADV guys, they're a certain level of weird that they're like rejects and they're like defective in a very unique and specific way that I am too. And so I am the crowd and I want to be around other like-minded weirdos. And so I picked that instead of going to motocross or whatever, they're their own kind of weird, but I like the brand of weird that the Enduro and Overland guys are. Yes. And so I cater to them, I market to them, they're my people, I feel like I'm their people, and that's why I'm in that space. Excellent. At the exclusion of everything else.
And you kind of become like the go-to guys if you want to dial in your Enduro bike and get it all perfectly set up for whatever kind of riding you want to do, right?
Yeah, we work really hard. So I take a very holistic approach about the stuff that we're doing. There's guys out there who will sell you a handlebar or sell you a grip or sell you a tuning product or a muffler or whatever. And so what I've decided to do is like take a look at the entire motorcycle as a complete sort of vehicle, but I'll get emails or questions from guys who they will ask me, hey, do you have XYZ in stock? Do you have this muffler in stock? Do you have this ECU product in stock? And I seldom ever say yes or no. I then reply back like, tell me what you're doing. Who are you? What is the specifics of your machine? What are you after? What are you trying to accomplish? How do you want to go about doing that? What's your budget? So I kind of give them a little interview about what they're trying to accomplish, and then it may end up being exactly what they originally set out and asked for, or we may decide that we need to go in a very different direction because of who they are and how they're going to be riding their bike, and it may surprise them sometimes that like nothing they came at initially with, they stick with. It morphs into something much different, and then I get endless feedback from guys who tell us like, wow, I go to the dealer, I go to other motorcycle parts shops, and I buy whatever's on special, or I buy whatever the kid says I should get, or whatever has the biggest advertising poster in the shop. Yeah. And I'm all for stuff that is great looking and bling, like I'm all for that, but it's often the case that it's a different product or a different setup or a different way to combine products that's the right thing for that guy. Yeah. That's where I think the Taco Moto difference comes from, and that's why I think we've done as well as we have done in this area, because I just don't want to sell you a tire. I don't want to sell you a widget because I don't know that's the right widget for you.
Yeah, and there's a lot of talk on the forums and on the internet and everything like, oh, you need to do this and this and this to that bike, and sometimes that's not necessarily true, right? Like we've talked about how we want our 501 not to be a race bike, we want it to be a dual sport, and so that's a different proposition, right? Like we don't need to make that thing have like race kind of horsepower and that sort of thing, right? So,
yeah, I think that's a great point. I mean, obviously, if you wanted a 450 race bike, you should go buy a 450 race bike.
Right, yeah.
Because that's what it's built for.
Yeah,
and obviously, he's done a great job of filtering through what the needs are for that market, which is, hey, I want a bike that can go down the highway and not blow up like a 250 would, which will do it, right? But your 500 does it comfortably. Yeah. Then I also want to be able to go do slow enduro riding and technical, and great bike for that, but if you jazz it full the way up, if somebody sold you a pipe into this and that and then didn't tell you that it's going to get way faster than what you had, you might hate your motorcycle because it's not going to be easy to ride. So I think he's done a really good job of filtering through what works in that segment. You know, like when we work with mapping and stuff for him, he says, hey, this is not fun. Like, we need to tame this area down.
Yeah.
Okay, let's work on that. And also, the way we offer map suites with what he's decided to do is we do give you a really fast map, and then we give you an easier to ride map.
Yeah.
And they're way different. It's been a big goal. He's like, no, not enough separation. You need more. And I'm like, I like power. No, you need more separation. So I work hard at, okay, make it easier, make it smoother. You sure it's not too slow? He's like, it's not slow enough.
Linear,
You know, like,
linear,
make it easier.
smooth it
So
out.
Yeah.
We do that,
Well,
and then of course
it's less fatiguing over
Yeah,
the course
way
of a
better.
day of
Yeah.
riding when you're not like wow all day long.
And then his
yeah.
selection of pipes and inserts and not inserts and headers and not headers and like just those aspects of the performance side are really, really putting that whole holistic package together is really what he's done well. Then on the other side, he's with you guys on bags and other accessories and parts, but knowing what fits the bike. You actually use it. You know, put it on the motorcycle and see if it works. Don't just sell an accessory because it's offered in a catalog.
Yeah. Awesome running into you guys, catching up a little bit. Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
And tell everybody where they can find Taco Moto.
We're on all the socials. We have our YouTube channel. You can find us just like Google Taco Moto, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Tacomoto.com.
Tacomoto.co.
.co. There we go.
Tacomoto.co. Yeah, thanks, Harold. Good running
Thank
into you guys.
Yeah. Some of our favorite weirdos. Go light, go fast, go far. We'll see you on the trail.